Hi, everybody. Booch here, and there's something I wanted to address that's been going on in the community for some time now, and it's kind of sick. Um, I've spoken to several women in the community, and many have told me that they are receiving unsolicited pictures of penises from various men in the community, some who are prominent and well known. And now this is not every man in the community. I mean, most of the men in the Bigfoot community are well behaved, and hey, you're doing great. And this is not addressed to you guys, but for you men who are doing this, who are it's that you seem to view the women in the Bigfoot community as tools for your sexual pleasure. And no, that's not okay. That's almost tantamount to rape. These women did ask for pictures of your penis, and you need to stop sending it because I know some of your names. I know some of your names. I'm not afraid to release them. But however, out of respect for the women who've asked me not to, I'll keep my mouth shut for now. For the women, well, my advice is there's only one way to stop this, and you put it out in the light. And if some of you women out there have received pictures from men whose penis and faces have been in the same picture, and there's no denying what they're doing, and it's not your shame, women. It's not your shame. It's theirs. And you should not feel threatened. You should not feel afraid of standing up for yourselves. But I understand some of you do, and some of you are afraid of the repercussions. You're afraid some of these men might do things to you or your family. And if that's the case, it's probably time. It's probably time to get law enforcement involved if necessary. And, things are changing in the community. We as a community, many of us have banded together and have basically decided that there are things that have gone on in the past that we don't want to continue. For example, the gratuitous hoaxing and being patted on the back for it. I'm not saying that every person out there is hoaxing or anything like that, but there just seems to be a lot of really poor evidence being presented as good evidence, or poor evidence being hyped as what it's not. And, like I said, the paradigm for this thing is changing. We're not accepting of these things. And I think as far as these men sending pictures of their genitalia to the women, that's going to change too. We cannot accept these things. I'm beginning to understand why the general public views Bigfooting as a group of crackpots, because I'm seeing behavior that is psychotic, and there's really only one way to change it. You just don't tolerate it. You just don't tolerate the psychotic behavior. You don't tolerate the hoaxing. You don't tolerate the sexual harassment. You don't tolerate the death threats that some members of the community have made to others because of pictures of whatever not being accepted as evidence. So I think we're all adults here, and I'm not going to sit here and continue to lecture. It's just I just had to say something about some of this behavior, and like I said, the paradigm's shifting and it needs to shift a little more. We need to get rid of the trash. We need to take out the trash. And I think it's time that we all together in unison stood up and tossed the trash out. You guys feel me?